to this bill, and it breaks my heart, and I'm not kidding, I'm not being sarcastic, and I'm afraid because of the bill's passage today, I'm sure the president will sign it into law. Gee, we get to track people we're concerned about in America. Maybe we'll use a barcode. If we can have the Attorney General, in his opinion, find that a subcutaneous chip implant is non-invasive, then we can do that. But maybe the barcode would be better than a chip.
Shalom, Ka'ala Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rukokwadash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, who are the house of David reborn again in this generation. And shalom to the 130 Yasharallah, who today are known as the Negros, Latinos, and Native Indians, who before losing their true heritage were known as and still are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, let's go and talk about the coming mark of the beast. Let's read this first though. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Okay, now recently, we've all been hearing about these basically these internment camps, these concentration camps set up by the Biden administration to house all the children and immigrants that are coming to the border. Now, this is not something that's new. This is something that has continued or been a carryover since the Trump administration and even before that, okay? You see, though Biden may like to put nicer words and play, semantics to trick the people, which you're going to see an example of in just a bit in this video we're going to show, he is doing even more than Trump has done, man. He has opened the first child facility to hold all the Israelites, right, of the Northern Kingdom that are coming up here to America, man. Right now, as you just heard, Louis Gohmert, the Republican, basically make a statement on a recent law that is in the works, that America is going to soon have in law that they will be able to track those that they deem an issue that they are worried about. Okay, now right now, the reason I'm showing this video here about the immigrants is because right now they're talking about tracking these children and the people that they are going to release, right? Because they want to make sure that these children are not being sex trafficked, right? That is the going narrative, right? This is going to be the reason, because who wants to go against that, right? Who wants to risk these children being sex slaves in lieu of them being tracked and followed, right? Well, right now it may be like those wrist or ankle bracelets that Israel's using to track people who are under house arrest. And then later on, like Apostle Tahar and Apostle Kabar said, man, they're bringing this thing out in piecemeal, man. First, it's going to be those ankle bracelets. Then it's going to be your ID pass on your phone. Then eventually, people are going to want something more simpler, something that cannot be changed or removed, and they're going to require those implantable RFID chips, which that Louis Gohmert politician guy was mentioning. Okay, let's watch this.
600. That's six. I'm on the ground in Donna, Texas. If you want to take a look at this facility right here, to your left, that is the Border Patrol tent facility. Stands right behind me. Just a month ago, Customs and Border Patrol agents completed the construction of that facility. It's a 165,000 square foot facility, and we have never seen images inside this facility before. They won't even allow the non-profit lawyers who conduct the actual oversight of these immigration detention centers to go inside. Nobody has seen photos inside of this place until now. Project Veritas has obtained never-before-seen photographs of what it actually looks like inside this facility. Shocking images showing people wrapped up in what looks like metal foil, laying on the ground, their faces covered. Why won't the administration be honest about this? Why won't they show you these images? We have a man who's telling us to leave. Where would the press?
Oh man, you gotta get off. It's private property.
They told us it's private property, but you know what isn't private property? Airspace. We're going to fly this Cirrus right over the top of the detention center to get a better look. Airspace is not private property, so we're flying 1,000 feet. There's the facility right there. You can see it. There it is. Flying over the facility to give you a good vantage point. There's the tents. You see a bus right over there. The bus is leaving the facility. Kids in it. Here we are. Now, during a recent press conference, the press secretary was asked a question why they haven't released these images.
Even you all haven't released any images that you obviously could redact if you wanted to.
Again, we remain committed to sharing with all of you data on the number of kids crossing
She dodged the question, saying, quote,
and we remain committed to transparency. I don't have an update for you on the timeline.
End quote. Well, Press Secretary of the White House, let Project Veritas do your job for you. Just last night, we have now obtained these photos inside this facility. Now, these photos are very, very grim. In addition to the photos, Project Veritas has also learned that these photographs were taken in the last few days. There are 8 pods with 8 cells in each facility. At any given moment, there are an average of 3,000 people in custody inside this detention center. Now, the pod has 8 cells that are currently holding 600, that's 600 unaccompanied juvenile males aged 7 to 17. They're separated by age or physical size depending on the room. 50 of the individuals inside this facility were COVID positive in these cells. There have been multiple sexual assaults inside this facility, normal assaults, and daily medical emergencies. This border crisis does not appear to be slowing down. In fact, we've just obtained new leaked documents as well from another insider, this one inside the Department of Homeland Security. It says the document was prepared by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Office of Intelligence. It warns of a potential Central American-based caravan coming our way in less than 2 weeks on March 30th. It says, quote, in the days leading up to March 30th, and should a caravan form, CBP personnel in the region will work closely with and maintain constant communications with CBP, Customs and Border Patrol. Now, every car that drives by is beeping at us. A lot of people giving us the middle finger here. A lot of people are not happy that we are filming or we are recording or asking questions about this facility. Not only did our DHS, that's Department of Homeland Security insider, leak us these documents, the insider also secretly recorded in a private DHS Q&A session Alejandro Mayorkas commenting on what he thinks is happening at the border, and you can hear this quote from Alejandro talking about the new administration making a decision not to expel unaccompanied children.
The new administration made a decision not to expel unaccompanied children. And we are addressing a significant increase in the encounters with unaccompanied children in between the ports of entry.
Here's a Customs and Border Patrol van. These are minors aged 7 to 17 inside the van. He's waving at us right now. The people that are being accompanied into this facility, according to what Project Veritas has learned, between the ages of 7 and 17, males, 600 unaccompanied juveniles. As you can see, we're on the corner of South International and Rio Grande Street, just south of Donna, Texas, north of the Mexican border. We were just there at the bridge. We really appreciate the brave insider who worked with us on this story. The public has a right to know that we're going to create an army of whistleblowers and insiders. You can reach out to us at Veritas Tips. That's VERI.
So as you just seen in that sobering video, you know, the Babylon is basically jailing Israelites, right? And this is actually a prophecy, right? It tells you that that the Northern Kingdom would actually, be bringing their children to the slayer. It tells you here, it says Hosea 9 and 13. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Right? And besides that, referring to excuse me, what you just seen right now in a video where people are bringing their children up to the border to just be snatched up and taken into these, for the most part, what they are concentration camps, right? To be held and eventually chipped and tracked, right? Because the thing is who are they gonna release those children to, man? Right? And you know there's gonna be a lot more nefarious things happening, man. In that report, you just heard that there's sexual attacks going on in there, man. You know, and what do you think? You think these children, if they go missing, somebody's gonna report it, right? They're gonna be able to grab a child here, there, right? That they say, oh, he needs to go to medical checkup, and he never comes back. What are the kids gonna say, man? Right? And that kid's gonna end up on some, you know, elite's freaking menu and shit. Now, that being said, right? Besides this referring to the kids that are being brought up now, this is also just talking about the generational, exodus from South America into North America, man. Me, myself, my family, my parents came up here from Mexico, right? And the thing is I'm now here in Babylon the Great, man. See, I'm part of this prophecy as well, right? But that being said, it is what it is. Now, what I want you to all get from this, man, is that this here, all these things that are going on, man, are all part of the prophecy that has been foretold, that these devils will eventually, in their logistical understanding, they're going to try to chip everybody, man. They're going to try to chip. Right now, they're going to do it by little groups. Now, I wanted you to see that video, and the reason is because notice how there was life going on around that concentration camp, man. It looked like there was houses in the front of it, man, right? And why is that important? Because when you hear that people out here getting their chips and and their, you know, jab and C19 potions, you know, and you know, they're gonna be treated like normal, right? And the people who are going to not take it, who are going to resist, they're going to be taken into little concentration camps just like that, man, right? The ones who are going to, you know, I don't know, get caught up in the system, right? Like the scripture says that some of you shall go into prisons for 10 days. Now, it is not exactly 10 days, but that, you know, it's a certain amount of time. But notice it, man. Notice that those concentration camps aren't hidden away in some freaking back desert where, you know, everything is stopped and all society is stopped. No, man, it's going to be going on, and life outside of these concentration camps are going to go on just as normal, man, right? And the thing is this is how the devil is going to control the narrative, man, right? He's going to push these MOB chips just like he's pushing these C19 potions, man. He's going to make it seem like everybody's going to want to get it, man. There's going to be a shortage in supply, and people are going to demand it, okay? Then, for those people who aren't going to take it, man, this system that they're setting up now, that you just heard Louis Gohmert talk about, that is going to be signed by the president. Who knows? It might already be signed, right? Talking about they're going to have to track those people that they're concerned about, right? Then that system's going to be all set up, and these concentration camps, which are now just being used to hold immigrants coming from the south, right? Then pretty soon they're going to be used to hold those people who don't want to take the jabs, don't want to take the RFID microchip mark of the beast, right? But that's because, you know, this is how the devil works, man. And it's prophesied right here, Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. That's 666. So Akim, I just wanted you to watch this video, understand the time that we're in, and just be ready for when these devils come in with their freaking MOB, making it seem like it's the next best thing. So until the next time, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshai, Bashem, Kakwadash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.